So I would like also to say that if you have any kind of questions, please just interrupt me. I will be more than happy to answer. And this is Yasmina. She's one of the oldest members of the team.
Very spoiled still.
Like in the terms of being long
the
engagement, yours long.
But I didn't hesitate to dance last night.
Yeah. So.
Despite my years.
So, Youth Initiative for Human Rights is one NGO. This office is based in Belgrade, that is working in the whole Serbia. We have two more field offices. One is in north of Serbia in Subotica, and one is in the south of Serbia, working with Albanian minority in Preševo. But also we are the network of organization of Youth Initiative in the region. So there is an office in Pristina, there is an office in Podgorica, Zagreb, and Sarajevo. And we are working as a regional network of organizations. And Youth Initiative was established in 2003. It was established just after the assassination of our Prime Minister here in Serbia, and as soon as, because Serbia had democratic revolution in 2000, so as soon as the democracy was established, it started to backslide. So even before it really started to, grow. And this group of really young people back then realized two really important things. First of them is that youth is not engaged in the process of democratization, and they wanted to, bring youth into the process. And second is that there is no any kind of cooperation among the young generations in the region. So first program that Youth Initiative started working was a visiting program between the journalists from Belgrade going to Pristina and journalists from Pristina going to Belgrade. That was in 2003. So that was
4 years after war.
Yeah, that was 4 years, not just 4 years after the war, but in that point there was no bus going from Belgrade to Pristina, regular bus. Yeah, so they started this program. I'm really proud of that program because in this period of 11 years now, there was more than 3,000 young people going from Pristina to Belgrade and from Belgrade to Pristina. And it's really a legacy that we are doing. And what we are really proud of is that a lot of people who came through the visiting program, went through the visiting program with us, established some kind of relations with Kosovo or with Belgrade, and they developed their engagement, engagement in work through those connections that they established.
And one thing that Anita said, that we are really proud of this visiting program. And on one hand, I really like to say that I'm the proudest person in the world that had a kind of opportunity to run that program, to be a coordinator. But on the other hand, I'm also really disappointed. There are no words that I explain how much I'm disappointed, because there is still need for this program in the region. Like, I can say that I'm 100% sure that more people from Belgrade visited New York than Pristina, that is like 5 hours drive from Belgrade to Kosovo. And majority of young people, not only young, but also some experts or journalists, still don't know that there are buses from Belgrade to Pristina. They still believe that you have to have some scheduled drive from Belgrade to Pristina, and they're always surprised when we tell to them to check the website of the bus station of Belgrade, because there are 4 or 5 buses, plus some private ones. So it's really disappointing. We really invested a lot of energy in this. As Anita said, more than 3,000 people that were involved in this program, but still it's not enough, and we still have to push that, because Kosovo and Serbia, it's kind of frozen conflict for like 20 years at least now.
Yeah.
But do they go to Pristina to get Chinese?
Our program was to go to Pristina to meet Albanians.
No, the bus.
To Pristina, to Prizren.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, there is a bus.
Yeah, there are some Kosovo companies, and actually most of the companies are Kosovo companies, not Serbian companies to drive to. Yeah,
There is, but there are like very specifically a bus going from Belgrade to Pristina. I mean, it's going into the Pristina bus station, yeah. And going from the Pristina bus station, which I learned on a really hard way, but it was fine. So anyway, but after 11 years of doing that program, we realized that there is, even though there is still need of organizing this kind of visits, but we realized that there is a lot of NGO working something. You know, the Kosovo issue, frozen conflict, it's really, you never know what will happen, and as soon as you think that everything is normalized, that the relations are normalized, they just go down again and things like that. But NGOs and some kind of groups, they are working with each other. But what we realized that there is no institutional cooperation in any sense among Serbia and Kosovo. So then we established one of the things that we are definitely writing the history with, and I will say that even though I'm presenting Youth Initiative, but that is true. And that is the first official cooperation between faculties of political science in Pristina and Belgrade after the war. And this cooperation will be finished with a joint book with essays from employees of the Faculty of Political Science in Belgrade and employees of the Faculty of Political Science in Pristina. And this is our baby, and we are really proud of it. We will have this conference probably in November, and I think it will be really important. And I think this is just the start of how things will develop in the future. So among this, when this started in 2003, there are various programs that started. We started working with really young people. We are working with high school students. We are working a lot on dealing with the past and transitional justice. Even the things that we are working on, like building the capacity of the young people or organizations that are working on the local, we always have that human rights component or transitional justice component dealing with the past. We are pushing for the values that we believe they are the most important. And we believe not only just having people around, and we have a lot of activists everywhere, but we don't believe in just having them working on some issue. For us, it's really important to work on the issues and values that we believe that are important. So actually building the people of with those values in themselves. And what is even more important, that we believe that building values. If I talk too fast, I just saw Mona and she's always screaming at me that I talk too fast.
No, not translating.
So that when you build that value into the people, no matter what they do, if they are doctors or having their own business or working in institution, no matter what, they will always act on that value. So that is what we consider the most important. So we are not just building young people to stay in NGOs, but to work and whatever they want. And we have a lot of people coming from, I don't know, some other faculties are not political science, for example. And those are like things that this is the way we work. They say that we are a really open organization, as the terms that I came to Youth Initiative in 2009, as I mentioned, and I came because in that point the whole Belgrade was in the graffiti "Kosovo is heart of Serbia," and I was not this kind of NGO person, having nothing in common with NGOs, but I saw
like
that.
Madonna.
No, I was diva. I still am, but the thing is that but I felt there is something wrong with that. Kosovo is heart of Serbia. So I saw this sticker. I don't know. Do you have that?
Yes.
It says "I'm the heart of Serbia," and I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly how I feel," and it's really pretty. You see.
Instead of Kosovo, I'm.
Yeah, I'm heart of Serbia. And I saw, you see this really small saying, my initiative. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. Like, what's that? And I Googled it. I sent an email. I was like, hi, I'm interested in what is my initiative. Like, literally, I wrote that. And they were like, okay, just come to the meeting. And I just came to the meeting. And they were like, okay, great. Can you just talk? What do you think about this? What do you think? I'm like, what is happening here? And this was actually not this concretely office, but the office that we were there in that period was the first place in the earth that I felt it was like a home, where my opinion was respected, where I really felt like I can contribute. And I think that Youth Initiatives is giving a chance to young people for something that is really rare, and that is that we're giving a chance to people to change the world. And I know that sounds pathetic, but it's true, because changing yourself that much, as much people are changing here in this office, and people, they are changing the world for a better place. So in 2010, as you know, there was like Actually, in 2001 there was like first LGBT parade that was absolutely disastrous. That police was clashing with the right wing, and a lot of LGBT activists in that period were beaten up. So that was 2001. That was just a year after the democratic revolution, and everybody thought, okay, this is it. This is the place for us. But the thing is that one thing that they forgot in 2001 was that, you know, after 5th October in 2000 when the democratic revolution happened, people forgot that all those people who were pro-war, who were, you know, destroyed by propaganda and everything, they were still, you know, same people. And they were not ready for that. They were, you know, just wanted to live in a better, wanted to believe that they were living in a better society. So in 2009 we had the first attempt to organize Pride. It was banned. In 2010 there was a first Pride that was protected by 6,000 policemen. That was yeah. That there were
2 to 6. It depends on but it was a lot.
Yeah. It was the whole Belgrade was completely destroyed. Not completely, but and there was more than 200 people arrested, 150 policemen injured. It was disastrous. 2010. And but the state, in that point, the state said, we gave you the Pride, this is it. And then when we came on 2011, again organizing the Pride, they were like, but you had the Pride last year. And we're like, but this is an annual, you know, annual event. We're doing it every year. Okay, Marco Diva. So in 2011, Youth Initiative decided that even though we are not officially in a committee for organizing the Pride, we believed that our duty is to help, especially in the terms, you know, that Pride has volunteers, amazing volunteers. We love Pride volunteers. Alexander is one of them. So, and we are really grateful for them because those are the people who, you know, are aware of the importance to volunteer for such event. And Youth Initiative found their obligation to help with the volunteers and to give a chance to young people who want to volunteer in Pride to do that on the best possible way and have the best chance to do that. And we found ourselves and someone who is working a lot of volunteers. So our help to the Pride in our capacity was to work with young people and giving them actually the chance to participate in something that is a big event, an important event as the Belgrade Pride. So this is what we are doing for 3 years now. Our staff is volunteering their time to be on the Pride weekend, working on the Pride that will happen on Sunday, and literally they are working their full-time job in the morning here in the office, and then they're going to the Pride. And I think that is something that shows what kind of, you know, people are working here. I'm not saying that because I want, you know, you to just, you know, admire them, but just in the sense to understand that, you know, people who are working not only in Belgrade Youth Initiative but all over the region youth initiatives are the people who are really committed to the work they are doing and to the young people and to the cause they are working on. So this is our involvement into the Pride, and we are really hoping that we will do it. Last year, when they banned Pride 10 hours before it's supposed to start, as you know, some of you I think were there. I was not. I was doing my fellowship in US, so I was not here, but I was following very closely. So last year when the Pride was banned, everybody gathered, the whole organizing committee of the Pride gathered here in our office, and we were sitting here, and our former director Maya, she was here with them, and she had one of the historical speeches as I was told.
Maya was sitting there, and we were all frustrated, and Boban from Quiria and I think Ivan and Masha, our colleagues, were closed in another room making a plan B for the day after. And when they presented their plan B, we were so disappointed. We were all gathered here, final preparations, literally, and yeah, we were not satisfied with their plan. And Maya was that sad because in the meantime, when we all were in this office, when we heard that Prime Minister will be in prime news at the radio television of Serbia, we realized what the news will be, because the Prime Minister will say that in TV, but he didn't call anyone, or police didn't call anyone from organization or board to say, like, guys, this is the end. But we were so frustrated, but my frustration was somehow, I can explain that, even bigger, because not only because of pride, but at that moment I called the driver, because driver was supposed to go to buy 1,000 bottles of water and all other things, and I called him to stop him not to buy it, and he said, I just finished everything, I paid, I packed, and all these bottles with water and all transparents and everything is in my track, and I have to come to your office to leave it at your office, because I don't know what to do with that, and I need my track for tomorrow. So we organized the chain from this third floor to the ground floor, because we don't have elevator, and that frustrated, we were supposed to bring the water to the office. So you can imagine it was kind of a combination of alcohol, anger, rage, I don't know what else, and we were really tired and exhausted with this water and everything. So Maya missed all of this, so she needed her time, our previous director, she needed her time to say something, so she started to yell from that corner there. And she literally said, and this is being recorded, but it doesn't matter, she said, we did everything to them, meaning politician and policemen, we only didn't suck their dick. And we were supposed to do that, and when she said that, it was kind of crucial sentence when she said, okay, we're going to street now, like literally now. And even for those of you who remember, we wrote, this is pride, on this part. Masha, our colleague who's here, she put some paper here that we had, and in that moment I was on the phone with journalists who called me and asked me about the name of the action, and we really didn't have the name of the action. I was like, this is pride. Masha, write down this is pride. The title, because we didn't have anything, but in the end it turned that actually we were super proud that night. Of course, there is still that.
I was on Skype.
Live from the Houston.
I mean, we were super happy as activists that we did it. We had our Pride Parade, but on the other hand, still state failed again, and it's really disappointing. For me, it was really. And we yesterday had again meeting, and we will have it today with preparation for Sunday. But you see how. We don't have, I mean, we all have energy and we will be super happy on Sunday if it happens. But still, yesterday we were like, this is 4th year in the row that we are having these meetings. We know everything by heart, what is planned and how we will do that. But we still kind of, we are looking forward to it, but I still don't believe. So I'm like somewhere in between. And I will be super happy on Sunday.
Is sure today will be the...
Well, I don't think they will say it today.
Yeah.
And I think they will say something like, well, for now, you know, it's okay, but, you know, we are still, there is still, you know, time to do, you know, some security assessments and everything. So the last moment is tomorrow at midnight. Yes, to ban it. So till then we are. Okay, the problem is that every year we are starting like, okay, it will not happen. We will not get all, you know, excited about it, all happy about it, and then the Pride Week starts, and you're just, you know, feeling it. You know, this is the year, and every year is like even the bigger disappointment. Even though we are saying ourselves, okay, it will not happen. They will not allow blah blah, but we'll still. I mean, I'm like, I cannot sleep of the excitement. But you know, I always overreact.
And Anita didn't share something about herself that you didn't share on purpose, or
what?
that you're the best known or the most famous straight lesbian in Belgrade.
That's true.
She got married as a promotion for Pride Parade in 2012. Was that 2012? Yeah, promotion video, and we didn't put this whole mechanism.
The flash mob you made in...
Yeah, flash mob. It was Anita and another girl. They got married, and she ended up...
In the center of Belgrade, like...
Really?
It was a flash mob. That was really...
Obviously.
But it's kind of like we had two
Can you
brides.
find this in YouTube? Or?
Yeah,
No,
YouTube, but
It really inspired some other groups in Greece to do the same thing. So you are pioneers.
Yay!
Her wedding was in all India, so she said that she would have another wedding.
Yeah. The fun part was that when I was thinking that I covered it up from my parents for the whole week.
Each cover page of any newspaper had her photo on the cover page, but she thought that.
Yeah, but it's a good thing.